Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 134 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and we've got a great show today. We're going to feature two homes. The first one will be in Hollywood Heights, and the second one, Jeff came up with a really interesting nickname. He called it Northern M Streets.
Northern M Streets.
So you don't want to miss that. And
It's one of those neighborhoods in Dallas that really has kind of an odd name. I mean, the subdivision
Right.
has an odd name, and so you've really kind of got to define it by geographically. You know how are people going to know where it is?
well, it's actually listed as Clark and Smithy.
Yeah.
And that means nothing to anyone, really.
There's
But
probably an old farmer's land named Clark and his buddy Smithy.
there's that. And in the second half, we're going to talk about everything you need to know when it comes to 5 things, if it stopped raining, you can do in your yard.
Yes.
So bear with us on that, because it'll be very interesting to see if the if we get rid of some of this rain. I think it'd be great. So
What you been doing?
actually traveled a little bit, went and had graduations. It was really interesting to see how the little ones have grown up now and are headed off to college. And so it was really fun to get to see them, both Bryson and Garrett graduated in the last 2 weeks and got to join in the festivities. It was really interesting. I think one of the things I picked up in both graduations, one was public, one was private, both the valedictorian and the salutatorian, both were females. And I thought that was really interesting. I was like, look who's really focused.
Focused and doing the work.
And I think I just saw an article where the Lake Highlands valedictorian was also a female. So
Yes.
and thinking back, my valedictorian when I graduated was also a female. How was yours?
My weekend?
No, yes, go ahead with
Okay.
that. Answer that. Hey, just real quick, we actually don't have a live screen on the front of us.
My weekend was good. I mean,
Good.
I spent Saturday in the pool. I spent Sunday in the pool. I spent part of Monday in the pool.
Look at you.
So-
You had a big time with it.
I did. It was the first time to get in my pool this year. You know, with all of the rain, it's really been so cold. And then I guess it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday I went and jumped in and kind of got things moving around in the water. And it always makes a difference in like getting all of the dirt to the end when somebody gets in.
It is interesting because even the pool that we have, the canopy, has really created a huge shade factor. And it's wonderful come August, but we're not close. We're about, 77, 76 right now still, which is extremely crisp. And
It is.
I don't know. I'm ready for it to warm up quite a bit. So
We went to our friend David's house on Monday for a pool party, and his pool was like in the high 70s. And David's one of those people that he can stand anything. I mean, he eats like straight habaneros and is unfazed by it. And it's just crazy. So
well, let's hope we get some sunshine. I know that we look like we were going to get a heavy dose of rain coming in from Fort Worth, and I think you checked the radar, and it looks like there's a high line that may have absorbed it all, and we may actually make a no rain track right now. So
yeah, that would be great.
sunshine, please let there be some sunshine. So market is still really interesting these days, I guess is going to be the polite way to put it.
We closed on a house today that we had put under contract about 30 days ago, and we were representing the sellers in the transaction, and I think we had 6 offers on the house, 6 or 7 offers, and it went well over list price. But I will tell you, this is one of those different circumstances where this buyer was like the perfect buyer for this
Yes,
house
100%.
because already had family in the neighborhood. They were downsizing. This was really, kind of moving to something they knew they were going to be in long term. And, we tell people all the time, if you're going to be in a house for 10 years or 15 years,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you're overpaying for it right now. I mean, get what you want, get it at the interest rates we offer today, but in the long run, it's not going to matter because time heals so many wounds in real estate.
That is true, and it is one of those markets where you get great rates. We've seen really excellent rates. Even the other day, I think we closed on Cromwell, and I think that she was able to get 2.875. She had a little bit of an insight on that one, but still, that turned out great for her. And it's interesting to see how everything's shaking up these days.
It really is. And, there's still great values out there. We were looking at a couple of houses in Oak Cliff, in MLS this morning, talking about are these, potential investment candidates for somebody that would they be able to buy it low enough that they could put the money in to do renovation and even turn a profit on it or just rent it out long term. And I think both of those possibilities were available on both houses we looked at.
I even looked at one that was on East 6th in the Cliff and thought that I think it has a lot of potential. I'm just not sure it's at the price point quite yet, but I think it's interesting. So it was definitely worth a go see on that one.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump into that first property that we're going to take a look at.
Okay, the first one we're going to look at today is at 1027 Sarasota Circle, and this is in the eastern Dallas market. It is a really phenomenal neighborhood.
I love the neighborhood. This is one of those rare neighborhoods that actually backs up to a really great green belt, as you can see right there. The way that the lots are structured, they're a little bit larger, almost irregular, as in some would say. It's a great area to be in. I would say that East Dallas is quickly becoming, and has been for quite a while, one of the go-to neighborhoods for people as they relocate and want to be inside of 635 and have that school district that they can send their kids to. Also, East Dallas boasts a very robust outdoor lifestyle, with White Rock Lake just being to the north and to the west, east of here. And again, you're going to get excellent access to 30, and 30 will allow you to get into downtown, also shoot at both 75 and the toll road. So again, this is one of those areas, it feels like you're so far south of the lake, but because of that, you get the benefit of 30.
You really do. And even if you get up in the morning and you find out that there's a wreck on 30, the Columbia Avenue is a great avenue into that eastern end of downtown. It brings you right into Main Street down there.
Yep, and the other thing too is you're not too far away from being able to jump on, head north on Abrams if you want to catch Northwest Highway, or scooch over and catch Buckner. So there is a lot of ways to get in and around this. It's a great feed for downtown as well. So on this one right here, this is going to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage. It's 2,100 square feet, and you can see it is one of those classic Tudors that they have over here.
And this is in the Hollywood Santa Monica neighborhood, which is the largest concentration of true Tudor homes in the nation, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it is 400 homes in this little area that's designated.
Yeah, and they really retain the charm. Like this one, they have great flexibility in terms of use. This was probably the original family room, but they're using it as a dining room. But you've still got great family space.
Yep, and the back of the house is an easy transition, and you can see they've added the stairs that go up, and we'll take a look at that a little bit later on. But we've got great light that allows us to come in, high ceilings, which are really important, and the great hardwood floors.
And you've got a little bit of that combination in this one of that kitchen being open to with a bar dining area, and then open to the living room. So in a lot of older homes, many times you've got those really small compartmentalized rooms. And with this one, it's kind of that great mixture between modern style and what people are really wanting now, but still it's retained a lot of that original charm.
And you can see here they've got a great island that kicks out with that arc. They've got 3 bar stools there, but as we looked at it, felt like it could get a little bit larger. The other thing too is we have nice natural light above the sink, and it is a very light and bright. Downstairs you have your first bedroom, and this is a really nice bedroom. Again, they've done a great job with color details. We've kept the wood floors in here, so it just works out. And there also is a full bath, and this full bath, can't quite see it here, but it has a barreled ceiling over the tub, which is a really great piece back from when this home was originally constructed. And they've come back and remodeled it using the white subway tiles on the grid pattern.
And this is the secondary bedroom that is the other secondary bedroom that is kind of set up as a work bedroom space. This would be like, when I was growing up, this would be the ultimate thing for me to have.
The bunk bed.
Like the really high bed, but then have that lower part as my desk.
And as we mentioned earlier, there were stairs that took you upstairs, and we go up into a master suite. And so this master suite has an office, and it has bookcases. Around the corner from that bookcase right there on the right-hand side, you'll also find additional storage. And as you open up into the master, it's a very large master. You can tell here, but they have vaulted the ceilings, which is a really great additive that gives the height and gives you some of that vertical architectural detailing that feels really great in these homes.
Yeah, it really does, and it makes these rooms feel so much bigger. This is the double vanity or double sink vanity that they have in the master bath on the second floor, and quartz. I'm sorry, these are I think marble countertops. It has the white subway tile with the big walk-in shower. The glass block there still gives you a lot of really great privacy, but still allows that natural light to come in.
Yep, and as one thing we've learned from the pandemic, it is so important to have versatile space, both indoors and outdoors. And this is one of those houses that has it in spades. So we've got a really great outdoor seating area, flagstone, both seating area and retaining walls, iron fence here that is a really great security, but you can also see how they've done a nice job of allowing a little bit of a privacy from the neighbor on the other side. And you can see additional seating area here with the outdoor fire area.
And this area itself, I'm sorry, I got lost in looking at that fire area because it's such a great area. You've also got the little playground area there with the kids' outdoor swings that is all well lighted. This is just like a spectacular place to be in the evening.
And I think that we talked about it last week was about turf grass, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago we talked about turf grass. And this is a perfect example of what you can do with turf grass, probably because the shade here is so much that you don't get a lot of growth, but it's created a really great space around this little area for the kids to play in and just frames it so well.
So this is 1027 Sarasota Circle. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage, built in the 30s, a little over 2,100 square feet, and it's priced at $685,000, which brings it in about $321 a square foot. And we'd like to say thank you to Peter Loudis for letting us talk about his home today.
Yep, it is an amazing home, and in the comments below, you're going to find a link. Click on that link and you'll get additional pictures. You'll get more information about the home. You can zoom in on the map. And most importantly, if this is a house that you would like to see, please let us know, and we would love to make that happen for you. Where are we headed to now?
Great home. We are going to go up to the northern M Streets area.
But you said that, so we tape quickly little, basically commercials or teasers for the show. And so we taped it at the last house, and I was asking Jeff, I was like, no one's going to understand what I say if I say it's Smith or Clark and Smithy. And he goes, say Northern M Streets. And I was like, okay, I give it to you. I'll do that.
Everybody knows where it is.
If that catches on, you heard it here first, people.
Right. Like the Upper East Side, remember that?
What was the one that they, East Town instead of Uptown? They were trying to call it East Town.
East Town. That didn't work very well.
There's another one that died out. Will come to me later. So this is a great house.
This one is at 5525 Winton Street, and it is a fantastic location for whatever you want to do.
This is a great area. So this is just to the south of Mockingbird. McMillan, I think, is the main cross street that gets you to this. This is right up against Glencoe Park as well. The reason why I know Glencoe Park so well is because when the pandemic first started, we would actually bring our chairs out and space 10 feet and really enjoy it. It is an easy commute neighborhood. It is close to SMU. Gets you into Northwest Highway quite quickly. Downtown is just a shot down. Everything up and down Uptown as well is extremely close.
And it's near Mockingbird Station, which you've got great rail access into with Dart Rail.
Yep.
If you're a commuter that's going into downtown or maybe heading out in the northern section of the county, you also have direct access to the Mockingbird Lane Bridge, pedestrian and bike bridge that goes over and connects to that trail that heads out to White Rock. You also, riding down to Glencoe Park, you get to cross the 75 right there, and that connects you to the Katy Trail.
Oh, that's right.
So it is just, this is really, I think I live in a convenient area. This is like super, super convenient.
It is, and some people would be like, "Oh, but you're close to 75." I think that is probably a benefit on this one because getting in and out of the neighborhood is that much quicker. Again, we can't talk enough about how great this location is. So let's go ahead and jump into the pictures because I was really impressed with this one. Hadn't been in this floor plan before, and so Jeff and I probably see 500 to 700 homes a year. This is great to be able to look into this one.
And this is a 2013 construction that is a really nice combination of brick and the cementous, what did you call it?
Cementous fiberboard.
Cementous fiberboard. Super energy efficient. I love the style of the roof, the tilted roof on this. You know, one of the great things about those is you don't have any low spots in the roof. It just all rolls off.
Yep, and you can see here what we're building are open floor plans where kitchen and dining room and the outdoor space all begin to work together because as buyers are trying to figure out how to maximize homes, this is what really gives you more bang for the buck. And so it's light and it's bright. We've got nice high ceilings. White paint really is one of the go-to colors. And you can see here lots of can lights, which complement the other natural light that comes in.
Yes, it does. And you've got the open floor plan where the kitchen opens up to eating area and the informal bar, then to the dining room, and then into the living room. I love how they used the staircases that they did with the open treads, and it just adds another vibe to the house.
Yep, and the other thing too, as Jeff was saying, of elements of interest are the placement of windows. And before there, you saw that there was a window used as a backsplash. And up here, they've done a really great job of lighting the stairway by using additional windows throughout. And these are just ways that a developer can like give you that light and just create a more enriched living space.
And this is one of the bedrooms. They're fantastic sized bedrooms. This one's 12 by 12.
This is downstairs.
Yes, and this is it's a 12 by 12, and just has the full bath off of that with the quartz countertops in it, the polished stainless steel fixtures. I really like how they did the tile in this. They did that subway tile,
Vertical.
but did it on the vertical pattern.
And one of the things they've also done is allowed this carport to come into this soft mudroom, and then that powder bath or that full bath is right behind us. The carport, we don't have another picture of it, but this carport is really
We do at the
wonderful.
end.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
It's
last
really great because it allows so much more for entertaining. So we'll jump back to that. And here again, we're talking about those windows. Love how they're stacking those up. And this is one place where you could have just taken and sheetrocked that and nothing. But again, we're allowing more natural light. And again, I'm going to keep talking about windows, but look how they've stacked these, and they actually frame out the way the ceiling is pitched there to just kind of emphasize the architectural detailing.
And I really like how they thought ahead and thought, you know, one of the big trends right now is the big tall headboard in the master bedroom, and they only brought those windows down to that level.
Yeah, it is well thought out. And the other thing too that we noticed in here, they thought out different walls that you can put your TV on. So that was really great that you're not just committed to one. Now, this shower we thought was amazing. It has 3 separate heads. It is so long that it has 2 stabilizers that run around the top. It is an amazing space, and it's complemented by 2 wonderful separate vanities with a dark countertop. And you can see here, again, we've got great mirrors, white cabinets, and then the lighting above.
Yeah, and they really did a great job with that window in the middle of the 2 mirrors there. It really
love that.
brought a lot of nature in. Here's the shower that was ginormous. I mean, it's just crazy how big this was.
There is no other way. And then we'll take a look and you'll see that the second bedroom upstairs is again a great size. Hardwood floors continue throughout. Again, we're getting the nice natural light. I love the ceiling fans. I've had these ceiling fans in my house before and they work perfectly. And then you see here, we're going back with the basics. Again, they frame the detailing around the tile here and giving you the extra cabinet space to the left of that sink. So again, not crowding your sink, giving you the finished detailing. These are just houses and elements that really we want to look for.
And this is that patio that is right off of the kitchen area downstairs. So you've got this really great outdoor space, partially covered, partially uncovered, very super inviting, lots of privacy with the way the horizontal fencing is done here. the landscaping being about 7 or 8 years old at this point has matured to the point you really begin to get a feel for what it is.
Yep, and I believe it has turf grass too in this little courtyard area. Here you can see we have the outdoor carport patio, which to me looks like a wonderful place to host a crawfish boil or any type of evening events, whether it's a poker night or whatnot. It is a really wonderful setup, both for cars and for enjoyment.
So 5525 Winton Street, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2-car carport, built in 2013, a little over 2,300 square feet, and it's priced at $650,000, which is $281.63 a square foot. And we'd like to say thank you to Kathy Hewitt and Jason Salcedo for letting us talk about their home.
Absolutely. And like I said before, every time there's a comment, there'll be a link to the property. Click on that link if you'd like to see more information about that property. If you'd like to go take a look at this house or want to know what else is available in that area, we would love to hear from you.
And with that, we'll be right back.
There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the second segment of episode 134 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
Yep. And in our second half, as we're about to start, we're going to talk about 5 things that are easy landscape projects. And I was a little concerned that we were going to start this for the simple fact that it has rained so much, but it is a great time to discuss this. Hopefully we can get some more sunshine and everybody can get out there because we are getting great growth in the grass and in the trees right now.
Yeah, and I would, one of the things that I really would highly recommend that people do when they start projects like this is break your survey out, make a copy of it, and start drawing on your survey what you want it to look like, because it is amazing how realistic
Yes.
that makes it seem. You get to see the scale of things, and Adrian's wanting to build a separate building in his backyard, and so we broke the survey out and we cut a little block that was proportionately the size of the building
Smart.
was gonna, and so we started placing it in the around in the different places to figure out where it was going to make most sense.
And I think that the key is to make copy, because you definitely don't want to mark on that. It's going to be valuable for you later. Your title company will always have one for you. If you don't, and if we've helped you, let us know if you need that. We can help that come
Absolutely.
around. So what's the first thing we're going to talk about?
So the first thing we're going to talk about in the 5 awesomely easy landscaping projects is going to be adding in some tough edging. And this is really, I think, the most important first step, because you are really defining where you want everything from this point forward.
It is your jumping off point. It is, if you're coloring, it's the black line that you go around something with to give definition. There is a lot of old green edging that we see out there. Probably not something that you want to use these days. We were looking on different materials that you can use, and they can span everything from the plastic flexible, which we would not encourage, all the way to custom core tin, which is amazing, gives you a lot of architectural detailing. Somewhere in between is just a brown edging that we like right now, up against the black, as you can see here. But most recently, you can look online and you can Google core tin edging. I've also seen it come across in Instagram as well, and it's priced a little bit more, but it is a detailing that's really amazing. If you can work this into the budget, it is one of those elements that I think gives a very strong curb appeal, and it is a trend that we're seeing a lot more, both used in architectural, as you see here, and also on the house as well.
And one of the great things about using the heavy duty product like this is that you can create those multi layers, which
Right.
Ben was just showing. That was like a really great example of that.
And there are gauges. I was just on the Core 10 website, and there are different gauges that you can get. If you want to take it a little further, they'll also sell you sheets, and you can get really crazy if you've got a fabricator. So look into that. One of the most interesting ways that I've seen core 10 edging used, and you've probably driven by it all the time, is into the main entrance of North Park Mall. They have actually changed the pitch to create V Architect and filled it in with both dirt and sod. And so it's really amazing. Take a look at that and let us know what you think.
Absolutely. What's the second one?
Focal points. So focal points are funny because I actually have started a focal point in my yard, and it is a berm. I have fallen in love with berms. I think they add a lot of interest to a yard. I think that they allow for, if you wanted core 10, they also allow for boulders and for signature trees to be added in that area and grouped together. Not sure that everybody in the house is in favor of my berm right now as it continues to grow, but they're really great. You should look into them. Boulders, work, as I said, work wonderful, and do statement trees.
I told you I created my berm in the backyard because
You have a great berm.
when they were building the guest house and they had to dig out all of the foundation or the dirt to get down for the foundation, I said, I'll just take it over there and pile it up.
Yes.
And I mean, it's been a fantastic, it's a really great divider for the yard.
I did the same thing in another house, and when the pool was being put in, had them move 2 giant Bobcat loads full into the front and just kind of put them there and then push them around. You probably need more soil than you think because it does compact.
Yeah.
But it really is amazing. So focal points with berms are one of my go-tos.
They are.
What is your next one, Jeff?
The next one is to make a flagstone wall.
Flagstone wall. That sounds
And
tough.
I'm saying flagstone right now, but you can use concrete block. You could use a variety of building materials to match and meld with whatever style your home is.
And these, when they are done right, they are a huge value add. As you can see here, this one has more of a dry stack, which means that the mortar doesn't actually squish out. And it just has a different effect. We've also seen these, again, used with core 10. They're pretty amazing as well when they get big. One of the things to be very cautious of is as something like this gets built, verify that you're not impeding water drainage, and also make sure that the amount of soil behind it is not going to be greater than the weight that that wall can support. That can become a huge mess and a liability later on.
Really can. If you go look at the article that we have connected to this on our in the comments below, I'll make sure that Zach's got it here shortly. There are some really critical comments about building a flagstone wall that you need to be aware of, just like what you were talking about with the the weight and the water behind it. So go visit that link if you're planning to take this project on.
I think there is a term called deadmen that get installed that are actually cables that run back into where the dirt gets put, and those actually provide a support as the force goes out. These keep the force balanced.
So the force will be.
Oh my gosh.
What's the number 4, Weston?
I'm going to talk about paths. So paths, both gravel, flagstone, and as you know in Dallas, pavers. They love custom pavers here. One of the things that recently was done in my backyard was to go get the 24 by 24 pavers from Home Depot. They are extremely heavy. Know how much weight you can put in the back of your car before you move on down the road with those things.
Oh, that's right. You stopped by my house on the way home.
So, with that being said, the old cliche, lift with your legs, not your back, that's some true statement. I almost thought that I had debilitated myself after I did, we did 15 in a row. You loaned us your tiller,
yeah.
which made life wonderful, and we were able to flatten it. I think that the science behind the layers is really important to stabilize, to level, and to provide drainage. So again, kind of like painting, where you tape off and you take the 110 outlets and you cover your hinges. This also should be anticipated. It's not something we do very often. I would say YouTube, how to do these.
90% prep.
Jason did not. And there's a lot of discussions happening in that backyard for a while. Have you had any experience putting in a path or anything?
The only thing that I had put in was I had the pavers done across the front of my house.
Oh, yeah.
For the sidewalk.
Those turned out great. You had a
really
really
did.
good cement guy
Yeah,
on that one.
We really did.
But Jeff, you also have huge flagstones in your backyard behind your guest house.
Yes, and they're not quite as big as the ones that you were seeing on the screen. That was actually a great example of that flagstone path.
That is an amazing. That actually is going to take a crew, but we're talking about stuff that kind of you and I can
Yeah.
do. Kind of on the weekend, it can happen
Over a course of a couple of weekends. So,
over a course. And what's last but not least, Jeff?
and
Number
last of
5.
all is to build a tree surround. And a tree surround is kind of a weird way to say it's basically a bed around a tree. And one of the hardest parts about doing this is making it truly a circle around, because you know, many times you're trying to lay a hose out or just, you know, bend that edging around. Here is a really cool way to make sure you get that circle round, and it's to take a rope and tie it around the base of around the trunk of the tree, but leave it loose, and then you walk around the tree and you put stakes down as you're walking around
Well, look at you.
to create a perfect circle.
That's what I would have done, except I would use a can of spray paint and spray painted the entire thing all the way around, and just frustrated everybody because it would have been everywhere.
There we go. You just have to mow it and let it grow a couple of times and it's gone.
Well, these are the 5 quick and easy tips we thought would be really fun just to talk about, share you some of our experiences. If you've got experiences, we'd love to hear those, both the fails and the successes. We always learn more from others, so let us know what you've learned.
Absolutely. And in the link, or in the comments below is the link to the article that we're talking about today. So if you'd like to get further information, just click on that link, read it, give us a call if you have any questions.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.